Lesson 4.3, solving equations by adding and subtracting. These are also called one-step equations, and probably the most important part of this is, I will say plenty of times, do the opposite of what you see. So if you see an addition in front of the number, you will subtract. If you see a subtraction or a negative, you will add. On all of these, and you want to write this down up here, is get the variable alone. That's what solving means, is we will figure out what the variable stands for, because they don't tell us. They tell us other things with the variable, and they put an equal sign. It makes it an equation, but we want to get the variable alone. So we're going to do the opposite of what we see. So first of all, we're going to solve and do the first example. X plus 7 equals 20. When you do these today, you must write the equation down just like that, and then this is the work that is required. I see X plus 7, so I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to subtract 7 under 7, and I'm going to subtract 7 under 20. Whatever you do on one side of the equal sign, you must also do on the other side. Make sure you write this down, because this is what's going to be required to get your credit. Subtract 7 on both sides. Below that line, that's where you bring the things that after you've applied the subtraction or addition or whatever. First of all, the X comes straight down. Now the 7s, if I have positive 7 and I take 7 away, those cancel out, which is exactly what we wanted to happen. You must bring down the equal sign. If not, you'll get confused. We want to know what X equals. And then here's where the problem actually takes place. 20 minus 7, 13. So when you're done, you should have the variable equal to the actual answer. So X equals 13. Make sure you show what you're adding or subtracting, draw a line, and then below the line you will have your answer. Questions about that? Alright, the next one, A minus 9 equals 17. I see minus 9, so Matt, what should we do? So we're going to add 9 below the 9 and add 9 below the 17. You got to do the same thing on both sides of the equal sign. Draw your line. So Matt, tell me about it.
It's 9 negative 9, so that's going to cancel out. And then 9 plus 17 is 26.
So you're going to have A equals 26. And that would be your answer. All right. Now, they're not all going to be that cut and dry and that simple. Of course, you know, signs are going to be involved, and you're going to have to watch out for your signs. It says X minus 4 equals negative 3. So you go to the side with the variable. We want to get rid of a minus 4. So when I see minus, what are we going to do, Sierra?
Plus 4.
You're going to add 4 here and add 4 on the right below the negative 3 and draw your line. Sierra, what am I going to bring down below that line? X equals, if I'm in the whole 3 and I gain 4, where would I be? 1. X equals 1. Questions about that? Next, N plus 8 equals negative 10. I see N plus 8, and I want to get N alone. So, who's going to help me with this that hasn't already gotten a ticket? All right, Connor, if it says N plus 8, what will we do? So we're going to minus 8 under the 8, and we're going to minus 8 under the negative 10. N equals. So I'm in the whole 10, and I go back 8 more. Negative 18. N equals negative 18. Questions on any of those? Just do one thing at a time, pay attention to your signs, and go from there. Okay, I'm going to erase those. Anybody still writing or need anything, any questions on that? All right, so let's scroll down here a little bit and finish these off, and then there's a couple other things I need to tell you. B minus 14 equals negative 20. All right, Taryn, if it's B minus 14, what will we do?
Add 14 to 14 and 20.
Add 14 to 14 and the 20. Draw your line, and then below the line, what am I going to write?
Bring the B in the equal sign, and then subtract 20, -20, or add, B -24.
Well, I'm in the whole 20, but then I gain or I earn 14. So I come back, try to come back out of the hole. I'm in the whole 20, but I gain 14. So where would I be? I'm still in the hole, but how much? Six. Negative 6. Very good. B equals negative 6. Okay. Last one like this. C plus 15 equals 8. Callista, what am I going to do to get C alone? Subtract 15. Okay, and then below the line? C equals, and I have 8, but I've lost 15. Negative 7. Negative 7. So I've tried to do a bunch of different kinds of combinations where you add or subtract, and the number, you might have to do a little different stuff. So that one is a good one. I've got a couple other things I want to show you. Question? All right, a couple of things I need to show you. Let me try to go to a spot here off to the side. I'm going to kind of just mark this out because we've already talked about it. First of all, if there is double signs, so write that down. Double signs, rewrite. Problem. So if there are double signs, rewrite the problem before you start. So you can actually rewrite it as you're writing it from the page on the screen. Here's what I mean. If it showed you something like this, x plus negative 3 equals 8. If they gave you that problem, I don't want you to leave that. That is too confusing. So it's just like all of the others when we've had double signs. If it's plus negative, those signs are different. What does that really mean? Minus. So you need to take that problem and actually write this. X minus 3 equals 8 and go from there. Do not try to solve these with double signs. That would be way too confusing. So change those to one single sign as you're writing them on your paper from the screen. Okay, one other thing. So let me mark this out. I want you to write this too. What if this was the problem? Negative 8 plus A equals negative 3. You want to get A alone. Look at that number with A. What's the number with A? What number is with A on the same side? Negative 8. How do you make a negative 8 go away? Yeah, so this one I'm going to plus 8 because I saw a negative in front of it. Even though there's a plus right there, that doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with it. So you want that negative 8 to disappear, so you have to add 8. And it would be A equals, so if I'm in the whole 3 and I gained 8, where would I be? 5. All right, questions about that?